I woke up this morning and I said, fuck it. I'm giving myself 200 days to make the jump from my marketing corporate 9 to 5 job to freelance life. And yes, this is not a 30-day series magical transformation because let's be for fucking real. I live in a city where a single breath of oxygen costs $50 and my parents don't have money and I don't have my shit together. So let's get our ducks in a row and let's make sure we don't have to end up selling our sweaty socks on the internet to pay rent. I've been considering making the jump from corporate to freelance for years, but I just got scared and overwhelmed every single time, and I couldn't find like a comprehensive list or video to really tell me where to start, what to do, and what not to forget to not end up homeless or in jail, which are two very valid concerns as an entrepreneur. So I'm making this video mostly for me, but who knows if it can help you in your journey as well. So over the next 200 days, we're going to talk money, how much I make, how much I need to save, how much I want to make, how much I need to charge, like just real transparency, because enough is enough. I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of research to answer all my questions around like taxes and whatnot, just like all the stuff that really scares me, because I know they're gonna come for me. They're gonna find me and they're gonna jail me no matter what. We're gonna talk platforms, we're gonna talk websites, portfolio, where to find clients, all those questions I do not have answers to as I speak, but we will figure that out together so we don't end up eating toenails clipping for lunch, breakfast, and dinner because we are broke. And then we're gonna put together a 200-day exit plan. We are getting our shit together. We are making moves, and smart moves, that is. So for context, I'm a creative copywriter in an advertising agency and have been for a hot minute. These are some of the cool brands that I've worked for over the years. So I do have a bit of street cred. We're not starting from zero. I'm not gonna pretend we are. So that's huge. I'm also making good monies. We're on the 6-figure train, so there's that. But yet I have decided to completely overhaul my entire existence for a taste of this sweet, sweet freedom that freelancing hopefully will provide. Having to go back to the office post-COVID was actually really tough for me because the one day was fine. The 2-day sleeving, 3 days you're starting to push it, and now it's like you are not here, so you better be dead, because that could be the only reason why you're not here. And I hate this. I'm a grown up. I know how to manage my workload. I've never missed a deadline and I'm making you millions of dollars. So why are you so far up my ass? Like I said, I've been thinking of freelancing for a hot minute, but this mandatory return to office was actually the straw that broke the camel's back. And I am the camel and my back is broken. So I also kind of have no idea what I want to do with my life in general. So maybe freelancing is that bridge that will take me there, by freeing up a little bit of mental health and mental bandwidth. I might be able to figure out what's the next move, the bigger thing for me. But in the meantime, we gotta take baby steps. So end of the rant, let's get to planning. Okay, so what we need to figure out over those next 200 days, and I'm not being rude, I'm just looking at my little list so I don't forget anything. Number one is money. I am just not willing to sacrifice my quality of life for the sake of being a freelancer. Yes, I'm aware that the first few months are going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but that's what we're going to plan our safety net properly. But the goal is to replace my current income and then some. Number two is getting ready from an admin POV. So all the boring stuff like, taxes, understanding regulations, contracts and whatnot. And the less boring stuff like putting together a portfolio, cleaning up my crusted LinkedIn, opening bank accounts, I guess. Whatever. I will find out. And number three is actually finding clients and starting to get that money. This is where the fun begins. Not. I am an introvert and I hate this shit. Just thinking of networking right now makes me want to kill myself. Like reaching out to people, I want to crawl out of my skin. I am unwell. And that's probably why I've delayed that whole freelancing thing for so long now that I think about it. And I know I'm gonna have to get out of my comfort zone, but maybe like 3 steps out of my comfort zone. That's it. That's all. So we're gonna have to figure out how to make this work without me having to post cringy shit on LinkedIn. Thank you. Obviously, we're not gonna accomplish all of that in this video. That would be insane. That's why we have 200 days in front of us. But we're going to lay down every single step and every single box to be checked so I can get started and you can too if you're on that journey. What the fuck are all those planes doing? They're coming for me. I knew it. Taxes already. All right, the master to list. So first category, we have monies. what is my current income and current expenses, and how much do I realistically need every month. Like I said, not trying to downgrade my lifestyle. What would I need to make every month from a gross standpoint to have the same net amount hit my bank account? This is very important because as a freelancer, you're gonna have to pay a lot of stuff like income tax and whatnot. So we have to plan for that buffer. And in turn, how much would I need to charge to replace my current income? So we're going to be doing some math. How will I deal with low month versus high month? Yeah, because we have expenses. We have a rent to pay. We have a life to live. And I'm not trying to rely on my husband to do everything and pay for everything. That would be unfair of me just because I decided I wanted to frolic in a park at 2 p.m. How much runway, aka how many months of living expenses do I want to have saved? Like what is going to make me feel comfortable that like, okay, I can quit my job. And in turn, that will dictate how much do I need to save over the next 200 days on top of my current savings that I already have, which is not a lot. Because your girl loves to spend. Then getting to the admin boring section, with like what legal business structure should I operate under? What are the pros and the cons of being a sole proprietor, incorporated, and whatnot? I don't even know what half of those mean. Do I need to register my business name? And if so, where? How? Who am I? I don't know. How do taxes work? How much do I need to pay and when? Like, is it going to be a monthly thing, quarterly, yearly? God only knows. How do I calculate and set aside the right amount for all of the above? Do I need a business number to pay my taxes? And how do I get one? What forms will I need to fill when it's tax time? Like, please, you know what I mean? Like, girl, I don't know anything. I'm a Canadian, so I also have to worry about HST. It's like some tax that I need to pay and bill and both or something. This part is fun. What counts as a deductible business expense for a freelance copywriter? Can I buy a new computer and deduct it from my taxes? I guess we'll find out. Do I need a separate business account and what type? Question mark. Bookkeeping, software system, income tracking, all of that. I'm having a pre-breakdown. What should I put in a freelance contract and where do I get one? What is the tea with private health insurance? So I'm in Canada, so I have free healthcare for like basic stuff like doctor medication, but not for dental, vision, mental health and whatnot. So do I need to do something about it? Can I just ride my husband's plan? How does RSSP, which is the 401k for US girlies, contribution room work when self-employed? Once again, who knows? Do I need professional liability insurance as a freelance copywriter? Are there any deduction, grants, funding, or tax credit I can get? So you know what I mean? It's like you don't wake up and just know the answer to those questions. But then comes the admin fun part. So researching which platform or website to make my portfolio on, buy the domain name, hunt, gather, and organize all of my little projects that I've done in my career to decide what I want to put on my portfolio. I'm going to have to write a little case study or rationale for each piece I selected, and obviously design said website and portfolio. Write my little bio. How do I position myself? I don't know who I am, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna need new professional headshots because that selfie from 1986 on my LinkedIn profile is just not gonna cut it to look professional, which also takes me to uncrust my LinkedIn profile. Like I need a new description. I need to update all the jobs and what I've done in those jobs, and to my previous point, replace that photo. And finally getting started. So that's where I want to reactivate connections with people I actually like from past jobs, because one thing about me is I'm not going to be networking like a fake hoe just for the sake of, oh my god, what have you been up to, girl? No, I will not be doing that. So only reaching out to people I actually enjoyed working with. Maybe draft a LinkedIn post announcing I'm going freelance. Maybe. This just feels a little bit too much right now. Like I say, this is just my personal hell. Create the template of my outreach message 101 for brands and businesses. Like, hey, I'm this girl and I'm doing this. Do you have money for me? I also want to look for recruiter and recruiting agencies in my industry to, connect with them and schedule little chats so I can introduce myself and be like, hey, if you have anything that fits my profile, hit a girl up. Come and peep me if you want to reach May. Maybe also identify advertising agencies I would love to work for and maybe find out who the right contact is. Is it like a creative director? Is it a project manager, a resource man? Like who cares about me? Also set up job alerts on relevant sites and look into freelancing platforms where I would like to offer my services. That's going to be stuff like Fiverr, Upwork, and whatnot, but I bet there's like 1,000 out there that I don't even know of. And finally, create profiles on said platforms and set up my offerings with the pricing that we would have determined in the money category. I feel like for this one, there's going to be levels of desperation. Like I'm willing to do certain things and expose myself in certain ways only if after a few months I'm still really struggling to find work, but you will never catch me commenting totally agree with this take, love it on people's LinkedIn posts, or just selling my ass for busted jobs talking to people I hate. I just believe, and I might be completely delusional, that my experience will speak for itself and the right opportunities and people will find me, but willing to reassess if that's not the case. Some people have the balls to go directly into cringe mode, and I love that for them. I wish that was me, but unfortunately it is not. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But anyways, for now, I'm gonna hold off on doing any work on that front because I know I'm gonna get overwhelmed, and just like we say in French, je ne peux pas être au four et au moulin, which means I can't be at the mill and at the motherfucking oven, girl. If I start stretching myself across 190 different things I need to do, I'm just gonna get overwhelmed and none of this is gonna get done. See, doesn't it feel nice to have a bit of like a roadmap, just feeling like you have your shit together and knowing that you're going to be able to make it without ending up homeless or in jail, which you probably have gathered by now are my two biggest fear in this journey. So right now we're going to start all the way at the top, and let me know if you feel like I've forgotten anything that I need to look into. That's going to be key in this journey because we're in this together. Don't let me down. Okay, next week we'll start with the most important one, monies, because if I can't make the math work on this one, then the whole project goes down the drain, obviously, along with my only sliver of hope that I could escape the rat race. So don't forget to come back next week. We're going to be crunching some number, looking at all my paychecks in detail, all of my spending, all the instance or goodness, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you there.